Okay, so in this lesson, we want to look at calculating the equilibrium price and quantity from a linear demand and supply functions. We want to be able to plot those curves out, identify the equilibrium price and quantity, and then state the quantity of excess demand or excess supply in a diagram. Okay, so we're going to choose. Sorry about that. Still dealing with a cold. We're going to take two different. We're going to take two lines. We're going to take the quantity demanded. We're going to say that the quantity demanded is equal to 100 minus 10p, and the quantity supplied is going to be equal to negative 8 plus 8p. All right, and so what we want to do is be able to plot these curves. And so we're going to create a supply and demand schedule. So we'll do the quantity demanded there, price there, and the quantity supplied over here. Okay, so then we'll do that. Draw this down, and the prices we'll say it's $0. So let's work on this quantity demanded first. Kind of cover this up, this quantity supplied, and don't worry about that. And so at a quantity demanded, when the price is 0, that's 100 minus 10 times 0. So the quantity demanded is 100. At $2, be 100 minus 10 times 2, which is 20. So 100 minus 20 would be 80. At a price of $4, it'd be 10 minus 10 times 4, which is 40. So 100 minus 40 is 60. And we'll do 6, 8, and 10. So it would be 40, 20, and then 0. All right. And so this is our demand schedule, and we can go ahead and plot this curve out. So at a price of 0, the quantity is 100. Let me put the Q here and P here. Remember to always label your graph. At a price of $2, it's 80. At $4, it's 60. At $6, it's 40. At $8, it's 20. And at $10, it's 0. And I can try and get a straight line, I think. Wish me luck. All right, so there we go. There's the demand curve. All right, so put a D there. Now we have the quantity supplied. So that's minus 8 plus 8p. And so let's substitute that in. So the price of 0, the quantity supplied would actually be minus 8, and that's not possible. At a price of $2, it'd be negative 8 plus 8 times 2, which is 16. So negative 8 plus 16 would be 8. At a price of $4, it'd be minus 8 plus 32. 8 times 4 is 32. So that would be 24. And let me go ahead and fill this in. That would be at a $6, it would be 40. At $8, it would be 56. And at $10, it would be 72. Now, real quick, if we tried to plot this out, this would be over here somewhere, that'd be negative 8. And so one trick that I meant to show in the last video, in order to find where the supply curve starts, if this is a negative number, all right, all we want to do is set this quantity supplied to 0. So we're just trying to figure out where it crosses the price curve. So if the quantity supplied, if we set it to 0, I'm going to draw this out and then erase it, but if we set the quantity supplied to 0, so 0 equals negative 8 plus 8p, and then just solve for p. So add 8 there to both sides. We have 8 equals 8p, p equals 1, and so we know that the quantity is 0 at $1. Okay, and so that's how you would find, instead of coming all the way over here and then drawing the line up like that, we can just set the quantity supplied at 0, and you can do the same for quantity demanded. Set the quantity demanded at 0, then solve this side of the equation. So anyhow, just wanted to show you that. That's one way to make it a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and plot out the supply curve. All right, and so we know that at $1 it's there, so we don't need to do that. So at $2, it would be 8, and so it's somewhere right around in there. At $4, the quantity supplied is 24, so at $4, it might be right about there. At $6, it would be 40, so we're right there. At $8, it would be 56, So maybe right about there. And at $10, it would be 72. So 10 and 72, right about there. Let's see if I can get the straight line look again. So we'll start there, come up, and there's our supply curve that we just drew. Okay, so supply curve, demand curve, we got them from the supply and demand schedule, which we were able to get from this linear demand function. Now, here we have the equilibrium, so we know that x marks the spot again, so the equilibrium price is going to be 6, and the equilibrium quantity is going to be 40. So we can come about this in a couple of different ways. All right, one way is to notice, remember, when quantity supplied equals quantity demanded, we're in market equilibrium. And so if you just cruise down the supply and demand schedule, we can say here's where they are equal, and so we know that the market price is $6. So we can get the equilibrium price and quantity from this chart here. We can come over to the graph once we've graphed it out and get the $6.40. Or we can do one more thing, and that is we can figure it out by just looking at these two linear demand and supply functions. And so let me show you how that works. We know that when the quantity supplied equals the quantity demanded, that's the equilibrium price. And so all we need to do is simply take these two equations and set them equal to each other, because we just had quantity demanded equals quantity supplied. All right, then we can get the price. So if we know that that's 40 and that's 40, we come down here, go up, and there's the price. And so let's just set these equations equal to each other and work it out and see what we get. Hopefully, if everything works out correctly, we should solve for P and get 6. All right, and so we'll say the quantity demanded is 100 minus 10P. I'm going to say that equals the quantity supplied. And the quantity supplied is negative 8 plus 8P. All right, and so let's set that. We'll add 8 to that side, add 8 to that side. So we've got 108. Then we'll add 10 here, add 10 here. So that equals 18P. All right. Wait a minute. I think I may have messed up. Hang on just a second, let's check. 108 divided by 18. Hey, look at that. Sorry, I had a little brain issue there. So that is 6. I apologize. So we divide both sides by 18, and so P equals 6. And that's what we got in all of these other ways. So we can do it by setting these two equal. We can look at the graph and see what the price and quantity is. We can look at the supply and demand schedule. This is the way that you need to learn. It's very simple. Just set the two equations equal to each other. You've been doing this stuff since 8th or 9th grade, maybe even earlier. And so that's how you would solve for it. All right. So we'll stop the video there, and then we'll come back and deal with this state the quantity of excess demand or excess supply. So until next time.